Let's talk about the role of the state in industrial growth. It was very important at the beginning of independence that there should be interference and hold of the state over the industries for the growth of the economy. Therefore, it was viewed that there was lack of capital with the private enterprises, and thus the big industries, the heavy industries could not have been set up by the private entrepreneurs. Therefore, it was necessary for the state to come forward to build such industries. The second thing was that there was lack of incentives amongst the private entrepreneurs, and that is why they could not develop the kind of industry that was required. Thus, the state had to come and meddle, and thus they had to bring about such industrial growth. Besides, if they had to bring about the socialistic pattern of society as it is in the preamble of the Constitution, we had to enforce, we had to ensure that there was growth of industries with the help of the state. Because if the wealth was concentrated in the hands of few people, it would have not ensured the socialistic pattern of society. Therefore, it was necessary for the state to interfere and to have the government in their own hands as far as the industries were concerned. Now, when we talk of the incentives, you must remember that without incentives, the growth becomes like a vicious circle, because there is lack of investment with the private entrepreneurs, and this lack of investment leads to lack of demand, because the money is not there even with the consumers, and the lack of demand along with the low income is leading like a vicious circle, because less investment, less demand, and less income means less demand and less investment. So, this vicious circle continues. In India, a new industrial policy resolution was set up in the year 1956. And according to this industrial policy resolution of 1956, the government felt that there should be three kind of industrial setups. The first should be solely public. The second should be both private and public, and then it has to be private. In fact, it just means that some industries would be solely public, other would be private, and some of them would be both public and private. So, there would be three kind of industrial undertakings in India. For the promotion of the public and the private enterprises, it was made compulsory that the industrial policy should have licensing. That is, the government should provide license specially to the private entrepreneurs, so that the industries do not get concentrated at a particular place and they are scattered, spread over the entire country. So, that was the policy behind the industrial resolution of 1956.